What up, YouTube? Timu's here. Now with the new Chucky series premiering pretty much tonight, by the way. I've of course been doing my reviews for the Chucky film franchise, in preparation of the Chucky series. So here's my review for. Sorry about that. I would have actually won the whole thing, but to be honest, it's really hard to actually make a whole video with this thing on. So I'm just gonna have it like this. Anywho, here's my review for 2013's Curse of Chucky, which is pretty much the only Chucky movie to get released on home video, by the way. Now, here you pretty much have Chucky once again voiced by Brad Dourif, who it pretty much infiltrates the family of a woman, as well as her sister and her niece. And so, like, it takes place in 2013, 25 years after the events of the first film. And, of course, Chucky pretty much mysteriously arrives in mail at the home of a paraplegic, uh, at the home of this paraplegic named Nina Pierce, and her mother, and also they live in an isolated house in this bad state of repair here. And so, yeah, now by the way, Nika is of course played by Fiona Dorff, who is actually the daughter of former Chucky actor Brad Dorff. So you got like a family dynamic here. And so, of course, there is pretty much a scene where like they actually do pretty much give the dog to the niece here, who of course the niece in this is actually portrayed by the niece of Alice is actually portrayed by Summer H. Howell, who was just seen in that recent Disney Plus film Clouds last year. So she, of course, plays pretty much like if you really want to look at pretty much like the female version of Annie Barkley, if you really want to play that game. But anyway, so of course, Chucky is now pretty much hers and all. So they, so of course she is. So of course Chucky pretty much ends up talking to her and all. And yeah, things also gets crazy because Chucky do end up killing lots of people in the house. He ends up first starting off by pretty much poisoning the chili that they made. Which, by the way, that chili this looks like some of the best damn chili ever. Like, holy cow! If you watch the movie, you're gonna get hungry for chili. I can guarantee you that right now. But of course, Chucky decides to play around with the food because, come on, man, don't mess with food. That Come on, kill them some way else. You don't have to mess with their food. But anywho, so of course the person who ends up pretty much eating the chili that has a poison in it ends up becoming the priest, and of course when the priest ends up driving away, he is pretty much poisoned. So he gets pretty much wrecked into a tree, and his head gets cut off. I'm like, that was one of those gruesome. Like, I tell you right now, the Chucky films gets gory and gory with each film. See if Chucky, Bride Chucky got gory, but holy cow, when you get to Curse and Cult of Chucky, it's a whole new level. I mean, the kills in this thing is just insane. I mean, one of the other kills pretty much includes the girl getting electrocuted here. One of the girls who gets electrocuted, she is like, for some reason, I don't know who thought it was a good idea to add like an outlet on the floor with a bucket of water near it. And so, of course, Chucky ends up pretty much kicking the water because, the blonde girl is also having a bit of an affair with, with like the, sister, if you will, here. And so, of course, he ends up pretty much taking the bucket. Chucky ends up pretty much dunking the bucket of water on her. Like, yeah, oh boy. And pretty much the way that poor girl gets electrocuted is insane. Then you end up getting other really cool kills here. I'm not really going to go too much details because I don't know how many still have to say it, but holy cow, the kills in this thing is just insane. And of course, the ending is really cool. Curse of Chucky ended up pretty much being like the first actual Chucky movie since Sea of Chucky, but they decided to actually release this thing to DVD instead of theirs. Now, Curse of Chucky was also directed by once again directed by Dom Massey, who I thought did one heck of a job here. I mean, he is the man who did create the Chucky films and pretty much brought us light with Chucky, and yeah, that's like Dominic saying did such a great job here. Uh, this movie is just so insane. And the twist, and of course the twist of who these people really are is like these people do have connection with with Charles Lee Ray, which I think is really intriguing right there itself. I mean, fans of the Chucky franchise should be really pleased because, of course, the last few Chucky movies that came out before this, they made Chucky a bit of like a comedian. He wasn't as scary here, but here he really takes the cake as a scary horror icon of who Chucky is. He really went all out by just killing these people one by one. I mean, he pretty much stabbed someone in the eye as well. I mean, this dude has no chill. And of course, there is a fun cameo by Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany, and even Andy Barclay himself. And, who's the actor's name who plays Andy Barclay again? Alex Vincent. Why did I freeze up on Alex Vincent's name? But that aside, yeah, I really got kick out Curse of Chucky. Of course, in a bit I'll do my reviews for Code of Chucky, which is another one onto itself. So look out for that one. But anyway, if you guys have not seen Curse of Chucky, you can find it on Peacock. You can probably find it on some other sites. Give it a go. It's hands down awesome. So gory, so bloody. You'll have a good time at it. Anyway, let me lead you guys. Have you ever watched Curse of Chucky? If so, what's up? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Favorite moments, favorite scenes, favorite kills? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Himmy signing out.